P4G Guidance Business Game. Trainer's Guide. The Trainer's Guide. The P4G Guidance Business Game Trainer's Guide is a key resource that supports teachers and trainers in maximizing the full potential of the available tools and game parameters. It seeks to inform and prepare trainers before and during the implementation of the game itself in their respective learning environments. Furthermore, the guide provides useful learning scenarios for trainers, which concentrate on addressing and developing different entrepreneurial competencies for a variety of learners: university students, young unemployed, and high school students. The P4G Business Game Objectives. The business game P4G is a simulation game between teams, where each team has the task of managing a strategic point of view, their own business competing with the other in a market. It simulates a market of manufacturing companies, which operate by transforming raw materials into finished products, and are in indirect competition for acquisition of scarce resources upstream, in the process of acquisition of raw materials from suppliers, and downstream, trying to sell finished products to customers. The aim of the game is to maximize the value of the company, assessed in terms of operating margin, recruitment policies, and the growth rate of investment, and the financial results of the company itself. The game is divided into 12 rounds, each round simulating a month of activities of the companies and the market. During each round, each team, in parallel with the other, analyzes the current situation of the company and the market, quantitatively specified by a set of status variables that describe precisely the situation of the company. The player makes decisions on the operational and strategic management of the company, assigning quantitative values to a set of input variables. These decisions, along with those taken by other teams and a set of control parameters assigned by the manager of the game, determine the new situation of the company and of the market. Why is P4G Business Game innovative? The P4G business game aims to be a single multifunctional tool for carrying out training, evaluation and guidance activities addressing students' and unemployed needs. The P4G business game offers players the opportunity to have a practical experience of managing a business and to measure the impact of this experience at European level, as at the end of each session, the game will offer feedback about what was done well, and what skills players need to improve. Tips and available resources to support trainers. When training and guiding, it is likely the learners will come to you with issues or problems seeking your advice. At this point, it is important to manage to hand the problem or difficulty back to the learners and encourage them to try to figure out the solution, either individually or by teamwork and effort. Explain the learners the aims and benefits of the P4G business game to take their attention and increase their motivation. There is a necessity for the full involvement of all participants. Before the game, engage and inspire learners by elaborating on the business setting, the game targets, keep business in profit by effective utilization of all available resources, and their role as entrepreneurs. Guide learners through the P4G Great Denominator Matrix, found in the Educational Resources section at www.play4guidance.eu, which describes competencies and proficiency levels for innovation and entrepreneurship competencies. In this matrix, you will find an orientation which skills and competencies people should acquire to be successful. As an example, decision competencies are needed. Each trainer should be well aware how decision competencies should be elaborated and how the game can contribute here in their development. Encourage learners to make use of the glossary, also found in the Educational Resources section, to acquire and comprehend relevant business terms and processes. For example, when learners come across a business term they are not familiar with, encourage them to visit the relevant link. In the glossary document, learners will have the opportunity not only to find the definition of the term, but they are also significantly facilitated in understanding the practical application of the term through related videos, group words and syllabus categorization, that allow for cognitive interconnection of terms and their underlying applications. Provide guidance and feedback before and after learners enter final decisions. Encourage and guide learners through the P4G business game functions that allow learners to get feedback, for example general view, decision history. Access intermediary results, for example production capacity and depending variables, relevance between stock of raw materials and packaging, etc. Guide them in understanding the relationship between certain decisions and specific results. Enable users to efficiently assess and prioritize tasks within a team environment. Encourage learners to collaboratively consider the current situation of their company, identify potential risks for each business domain, supply management, production management, management of marketing and sales. Considering the risks they identify, the learners are engaged in designing a strategic plan for future actions. Furthermore, make sure learners identify the needs of the customer, the need to balance personal, functional and organizational goals, the need for effective team working and communication. Learners should also ensure everyone's contribution, utilizing resources to their full potential and maximizing returns. Assert the importance of strategy and tactics that respond to change. Apply strategic planning. Apply self-evaluation and assessment of performance processes by exploiting the available tools. Self-evaluation tool. Recommended useful resources. Visit our website http://play4guidance.eu to go through and download useful educational resources that will help you to use the P4G business game effectively in an educational context and make use of all capacities of the available tools, specially designed to support the P4G business game. The educational resources area, http://play4guidance.eu/P4G-resources, contains educational material and learning activities such as the P4G pedagogical framework, the tool for self-evaluation and evaluation for guidance, the P4G glossary, containing essential words with clear references to the European approaches and methodologies, the P4G assessment matrix, involving a description of different targets in the different countries involved, the P4G literature review, which contains key resources about using games for learning and developing entrepreneurial competencies. In the help desk area you will find detailed guidelines and step-by-step booklets on how to play the game. P4G Business Game Quick Start Guide, both in video and PDF. P4G Business Game Player's Guide. The full P4G Business Game Guide. The Trainer's P4G Business Game Guide. Finally, a question area is available on our site where you can contact us for any further information. In addition, you should urge and make sure that trainees also use the available resources as a means of support in developing entrepreneurial, transversal and mathematical skills. Competencies to be developed by learners' engagement. The P4G business game seeks to develop entrepreneurial competencies in learners through their engagement in the game. These competencies include analytical thinking, business acumen, commitment to learning, order and quality, expertise, flexibility, information seeking, innovation, Results orientation. Basic competencies. Decision making. Having thoroughly analyzed the competencies definition in relationship with the business game and especially with the different actions needed to play the game in a successful way, a strong interrelationship among certain competencies was found, in the sense of a sort of dependence of one competence with another. For more information on the assessment parameters of competencies, visit the Educational Resources section on our website, http://play4guidance.eu, and go through the Tool for Self-Evaluation and Evaluation for Guidance file. Game parameters. Regarding players' options. The management of supply. In this tab, the player can manage the suppliers from whom he or she will buy the raw materials for his company. There are two available options, the foreign and local supplier. Production management. In this section the user makes decisions on the production part of the business. He can manage the quantities of raw materials to be processed and has to decide whether to buy machines, and whether to hire or lay off employees. He or she can also decide on the payment of the supplied machines and the investments to be made, in order to improve production and reduce the final cost. The potential investments have an effect not only on production but also the type and ratio of product he produces. Management of marketing and sales. In this section, the player can choose the kind of products he or she wants to sell, the market, stores or hypermarkets, and the product's sale price. Additionally, he can decide on the amount to be invested in advertising and his need for purchasing the market data packet, in order to obtain data regarding the competition in the market. Regarding the decision-making process. For the player to reach the right decisions, he should consult on a monthly basis some data tabs. Regarding supplies, all data related to the specific area are identified in the current situation of the company tab. This tab provides information concerning both the stock of raw materials and packaging, as well as the quantity of raw material gained during the current month. In terms of production, all necessary information is located in the current situation tab. In this table, the user can see the number of products he has produced in the current month for each category, high, medium quality, and the stock of finished products available in the warehouse. He or she can also see the number of available machines and workers. In addition, in the same tab, there is data regarding both the quantity of raw materials that can be processed in the given month, and the cost of production. Regarding advertising and sales, the user in the Advertising and Sales tab can find data on the number of products sold in various stores and the sales revenue. The Overall Results of Management tab provides data regarding the overall business image. Specifically, the user can see the total value of the company, game score, and its liquidity. Additionally, there is data on labor cost, investment cost, and their efficiency.